So the next speaker we have Jenny Watts-Sampson. Jenny is a fabulous woman who has worked for many years delivering training around domestic and family violence against women and children with disability. And I've known for many years. And she's going to be speaking about I Am Capable, exploring empowerment for women and girls with disability through storytelling. So we'll join Jenny as she explores empowerment for women and girls with disability through storytelling. And as we know, it sometimes can feel like our lives and our choices are being determined by others, particularly our personal relationships. Let's explore together a scenario that shares the experience of Alex and discover what empowerment is and how healthy relationships maintain our safety, choice, and control. So let's welcome Jenny to the screen. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been such a delightful day. My work has often been around employment. To actually listen to the voices of people with disability has been absolutely astounding for me today, and I really have learned so much and appreciate the authenticity of the day. So phenomenal. Obviously, my name is Jenny. My pronouns are she, her. I'm speaking to you today from the lands of the Wurundjeri people in Victoria. I live along the Werribee River, such a beautiful place to actually enjoy life and nature along those waterways. I am a person with disability. I have a neurological disability that I actually inherited from my biological mother, and as I age, it actually is teaching me so much about myself and my ability to problem solve and think through situations in life and what good disability inclusion and accessibility looks like. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about me, but as Mel said, I do quite a bit of work around the domestic family violence for women with disability. And I just want to touch on one of those aspects of that area, and obviously really want to focus on what healthy relationships look like. So may I please have the next slide, and maybe the one after this one, if I may, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story because I think it's easier to do that within this particular subject. So this is Alex, and Alex lives with her new boyfriend in an apartment in a quiet suburb. Alex has been living there for several years and met Eric whilst enjoying time in her local park. She was quietly reading when he joined her underneath the tree and struck up a conversation. It felt amazing, and before long, Eric had moved in. Alex was open about her mental illness with Eric and telling him her lifelong management of anxiety and depression. Alex works a 4-day week in an office-based hybrid working environment and has Wednesdays off to assist her to manage disability. She would like to work more, but is not confident to push herself that far. Please have the next slide. Eric was attentive and seemed to naturally take control of some of the everyday tasks around the house. Alex was relieved initially as it took some of the responsibility off her, making it easier for her to manage anxiety and depression. Soon he was managing the finances, giving her a small amount to spend each week. In the whirlwind of the romance, Alex hadn't noticed the controlling behaviours of Eric. She discussed with him her concerns, expressing that although she was grateful, she was feeling less in control of her life and would like his support to take control again. Eric went on to dismiss her concerns, telling her it was good that he controlled these things so that they could get ahead, especially considering her mental illness. Can I go to the next slide, please? Alex becomes concerned that she is looking more and more. Alex becomes concerned that she is losing more and more of her control and ability to make decisions together with Eric. More importantly, her confidence in her decision-making is creating self-doubt. Alex shares with you her concerns about what is happening. Alex tells you that often it is difficult to assert herself. And when Eric listens, when exerts herself and have Eric listen to how she feels and what she wants, she asks you, what can I do? And what can I do? And how can I get Eric to share these responsibilities with me? Alex expresses her love for Eric and then says, perhaps it's for the best anyway, and perhaps she really wasn't capable anymore. Next slide. So what should you do? I'd really love a bit of connection with everyone if they would. What do you think? Should it be 1, nothing, as you don't want to get involved? 2, nothing and think Alex is overreacting? Or 3, take a breath and consider how you could empower Alex?
So I'm not sure if you can see Jenny, but a lot of people are responding with number 3.
Of course, yes. And of course, that's correct. We often see, though, that in these situations, that there is a number of individuals that won't want to, they don't know how to get involved or they don't know what to do. And so, unfortunately, will do nothing. And that's really not a great thing for supporting women with disabilities and recognising situations that aren't leading to healthy relationships. So thank you, everyone. Yes, I would absolutely go for number 3. Could we go for the next slide, please? All right, so what should you do as Alex's friend? You know that a strength-based approach will be essential to assist Alex to feel empowered, work through her situation, and to make the changes she wants. You know also it's important to call out and name financial abuse and coercive control by Eric towards Alex. So you listen to understand as the first step to effectively assist Alex to know she is capable. Could we go to the next slide, please? All right, listening to understand. You could use open questions to help Alex to tell her story. You might ask questions like, what is happening that makes you uncomfortable? How would you like things between you and Eric to change? We can often feel judged in society by others who don't see the full story or understand the emotional and psychological impacts of control. You know that listening without judgment will assist Alex to share her thoughts and feelings with you. It is a great way to work through the emotion and start to want to make decisions on what to do. You reflect back with Alex what Alex has said to you throughout your conversation to ensure Alex knows you understand. This will assist to progress the conversation forward. Can we go one more slide? Thank you. The importance of using empowering language. And this is quite important in relation to women with disabilities, that we actually use language that supports them. So for Alex, you want to ensure that your conversation reflects that she is capable. You want to remind her of the capable person she is and the importance of a relationship of mutual respect, and that choice and kindness is a right we all have. It's actually important that we understand and see that Alex is an expert in her own life. I think as women with disability, this is actually something we often don't enjoy or get or able to feel in our lives, that we are an expert in our lives, that we feel that professionals are the experts and we need to that we don't have a right to share those things. We need to build on Alex's strengths and work through this with support. In situations where there's coercive control, it can really feel like that we forget what our strengths are and the importance of those in our own individual lives. We need to ensure that Alex is aware that she's competent and capable, that she has the right to choice, control, and safety, and that she requires information and resources to assist her to make decisions. I've been really excited today to see so much information in Easy Read. What a wonderful opportunity that is for us in society to ensure that information is actually delivered in that format. And I feel like there is so much opportunity as a community to share with frontline workers and organisations the importance of what Easy Read does in being able to ensure that there is information and understanding to help in decision making that way. Could I go to the next slide, please? This one is about ensuring safety. And I was really excited to see the red umbrella in Rachel's presentation because I certainly lent into a red umbrella myself. So in everything, it is important to consider the safety of people with disability. Alex may need to consider what to do to be safe. Alex wants to avoid confrontation or arguments with Eric. She loves Eric and wants to continue her relationship, especially as they plan their future together. So you work with Alex about what to do to share her thoughts, feelings, and the changes that will work them towards having a healthy relationship. And the next slide, please. All right, so what is a healthy relationship? I've actually got these points of a healthy relationship from the Duluth wheel on equality, and healthy relationships. So I want to share with you some of the points from that Duluth wheel focused on healthy relationships. Number one is respect, listening to each other non-judgmentally, being emotionally affirming and understanding, and valuing opinions. Number two is trust and support, supporting each other's goals in life, respecting each other's right to their own feelings, friends, activities, and opinions. Number three is shared responsibility, mutually agreeing on a fair distribution of work, making family decisions together. Number four is economic partnerships, making money decisions together, making sure both partners benefit from financial arrangements. And number five, negotiation and fairness, seeking mutually satisfying resolutions to conflict, accepting changes, being willing to compromise. When we look at domestic family violence, the actual importance of working with both individuals around the importance of healthy relationships is a really important aspect in ensuring that women and girls with disability and non-binary are actually provided with things that they need to be able to be capable, to be empowered to make their own decisions and choices. And it's a wonderful environment to be able to ensure that we are supporting each other in empowering ways. that was all I have to share with you today. I must have looked through that in 15 minutes. Maybe it's important as it's the end of the day.
Thank you so much for that, Jenny. Um, it really is so helpful to have some clear examples of what we should do as Alex's friend to look at unpacking what a really realistic situation that is, as well as being able to recognize things like coercive support. So thank you very much. Can I just ask you, what is a Duluth model? You mentioned it earlier when chatting about healthy relationships. Do you mind just explaining to us what a Duluth model is, please?
Oh, yes, sorry. You work in the space and you often think everyone knows about that. So thank you, Kate. The Duluth wheel, there are several of them. And if you Google Duluth wheel, there is one in particular that we use to actually talk about power and control and what does power and control look like, especially in relation to women with disability. Um, who might be experiencing domestic family violence. So it actually looks at coercive control, intimidation, caregiver privilege, and lots of other things around that. And Death Hope actually have a really great one. Thank you, Rhiannon. Have a really great one in pictorial. So the Duluth wheel, power control wheels, have got a lot of words in it. But Deaf Hope actually did one that's pictorial, which is really fantastic, and we like to use so that it can ensure that people can visually through pictures visualize and connect with that with all those aspects of power and control.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jenny. And if possible, could you please flick me a link to that specific Duluth wheel? And because we'll pop it in the post event email so that people can access it if they are interested.
Absolutely.
We also have a question that is, what should you do if you suspect someone is in an unhealthy relationship, but they aren't ready to talk about it yet?
I think it's very much being able to, because if I can weave into women with disability and the experience of women with disability, there is potentially there is a thought process that essentially they may think that this is normal behavior. The other is that they're through threats that they may be concerned around not being able to talk about it, or that their children might be taken away from them, or that they won't be believed. We've certainly ventured into all of those aspects of the experience around sexual and social safety today that very much connect to domestic family violence and what that means. So there is, and because of the complexity of the conversation, it means that you need to listen to understand, and being able to ask questions of that person and really what does that mean, because they may be feeling uncomfortable but don't actually know what that means. And that can be very, very true for women with intellectual disability. They're uncomfortable. I spoke to a young woman at a pool one day, and she said to me, "My tummy has been very upset," and I, what, and sort of and being able to explore that. What does that mean? What does that look like? So there possibly isn't no one size fits all answer to that, but when you listen to understand, and when you use empowering language and obviously ensure safety, that trust and rapport will build. And that is really, really important around ensuring that those conversations can be had. Yeah, I hope I made sense. There's so many little complex things to think about as you're working with women with disability in that way.
You did. Thank you so much, Jenny. We really, really appreciate you. I might pass over to Mel now, unless you had anything you wanted to say as your final words, Jenny.
No, thank you for such a wonderful day and a great opportunity to share some things with you.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
Yeah,
yes,
and thank you, Jenny. And just also for people to know that through Lifeline Australia, they do the DV alert training, which is all around women with disability experiencing domestic and family violence. So if you want to get more information around that, then you can log into that. And Jenny is one of the trainers across the country. I'm also one of the trainers across the country, but it's a really a valuable course out there